It's Week 18 of the National Football League.
And we're watching Terrion Arnold. He's been an active player on that defense with 34 tackles this year.
It's the Lions and the Bears.
And it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit?
Play action. Now Williams. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. So now the Lions go on offense in a great starting spot. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And he comes to the end of the season leading the NFL in passing yards. And that's not necessarily something you set out to do at the beginning of the year. That's a good illustration of how remarkable and consistent he's been all season.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Goff now to throw. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. Here comes third and the length of the football. On the handoff, this is Brooks. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On fourth down, Goff to the sidelines, and Detroit has Riley Patterson out there for the field goal. Patterson's kick is good, and the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And he comes into this final weekend of the season as the NFL's leader in passing yards as he looks to end his strong campaign on a high note. Now Goff. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Second and a couple. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. He's got right on the short throw. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
38-yard line, second and 9. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Throwing again is Goff. Right side to Williams. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Play action. It's Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You talk about this Lions defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I would have loved to have been in their meetings this week and hear that grizzled old defensive coordinator talk about, well, you did okay, guys. We did all right. Holding them to 13 was pretty good. But this week, I expected to be less than that.
I'm going to need to hear that a lot more often. I don't know what it was, but I liked it. Throwing is Williams. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 44-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll go play action here with Williams. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 33.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. This ball taken in here by Brooks. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
13 yards. And the Lions first down.
Goff. Throw left side complete. That's Brooks. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 3-0 after one on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter. From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 3. Goff now looking to throw. It's Williams on the catch. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Detroit.
Goff. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
To the air again. Goff. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Here's second and 1 now from the 7. From the gun, here's Goff. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
First down, and they go with Swift again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. They'll run the draw here with Swift. And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw is Williams. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. This offense and their running back headed back onto the field. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Here's Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. They'll bring a tight end in motion left. Here's Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 38-yard line. 14 yards that time for number 14. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And he'll be converged on quickly. Maybe gets a yard out of that. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, Week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 4th down, Goff to the sidelines, and Detroit has Riley Patterson out there for the field goal. Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Carlton Davis picks it, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. A shotgun snap for Goff. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. To throw is Goff. Open man right side is St. Brown. And St. Brown going to have the Lions first down as he'll get this down to the 23. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Back to throw, Goff. He'll go right back to St. Brown. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second in a couple. Again, Goff. Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
First down goal at the 7-yard line.
Goff now looks to throw. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one where you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Well, the Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now it's 2nd and 10. To throw, Williams. And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Bears field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
They'll run for the first time with the speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where you see the final score there. Brock Purdy, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. From there, let's head over to Highmark Stadium to check out what's happening with the Bills. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. Darius Slayton, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. The big story thus far has really been the snow. It's made footing treacherous. And if the forecast holds, it's only going to get worse. But I can tell you as a fan, these are the games you love to watch.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Williams, the man in motion left. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. Gibbs straight ahead, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Play action. It's Goff. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's got this down to the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now it's Goff. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Goff. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Patterson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bears offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
At the 24-yard line.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. A pass complete to Odunze. Only able to gain a couple there. 3rd and 7 now.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Throwing is Williams. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. This 2nd and 4. On the give, here's Gibbs. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in the running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
This to Laporta, right side. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Goff now looking to throw. There's Laporta. He's got it. Touchdown, Lions. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Lions use the short field to get in for 6. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football and averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And my goodness, another interception. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
The Lions offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2 yards. First down, Lions.
Another run for Gibbs here. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
And the Lions, first down.
Out of the gun, Goff. And he slings one that's incomplete. These two teams, they met at Ford Field earlier this season with the Lions winning that ball game. So they're looking for the series sweep here in Chicago. In motion, the tight end. Goff. Able to shake him up, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Trying to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got it at the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Here's Goff. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Gibbs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Lions have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Well, here we sit, Week 17. Just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw is Williams. He's got the connection to Moore. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
To throw once more, here's Williams. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Aiden Hutchinson in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Williams. It's complete to Hopkins. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. To throw, it's Williams. Going right back to DeAndre Hopkins. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. They'll go. Here's Williams. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And, boy, before the drive even starts, here's a timeout. Wow. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Now a 2nd and 6. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Williams being motion left. Off play action. Here's Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
To the air, Williams. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Williams. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. To throw, Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Williams. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. From the gun, here's Williams. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Williams. That complete. It's Tyler Scott with it. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 23 yards the pickup there. Back to throw now on 1st down. And pass complete to Moore. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Back to throw. Williams. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Detroit, they finish off one of the best regular seasons of all time, 16-1, their final record. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Bears, it'll be double digits, 10 for their final mark. And I think you have to say, ultimately, this was a team that really underachieved. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.